Hello everyone, child health nursing subject we are going to discuss, okay, especially GNM second year student. In that one chapter is there, the chapter name is the disorders and health problems of a child. Okay, in that in previous videos we have discussed so many of childhood disorders. Okay, what are the disorders is there, what is the management or what care we have to provide for the children if they are suffering with the any disease condition. Okay, in this especially we are going to discuss about one disease condition, that is the amoebiasis. Okay, it is one of the 8th part regarding helminthic infections. Okay, now we are going to discuss about what is meant by amoebiasis, how the infection will cause to the children. In this the amoebiasis is one of the major protozoal infection. Okay, some disease conditions is there, no? In the disease condition, many of the diseases caused by the viruses, bacteria, fungi, no? Okay, it is one of the different disease condition, it will be mainly caused by the protozoas. Okay, especially the infection will cause due to the presence of protozoas. Next, in this the disease will cause to the mainly children. Okay, who are the children is there? The children will be affected by this disease condition of amoebiasis. Okay, this is regarding introduction. Okay, another point is there in this intestinal protozoal infection. Intestinal protozoal infection. The amoebiasis is one of the intestinal disorder specially caused by the some of the protozoas. Okay, in the presence of protozoas only the disease will cause. Sometimes due to the systemic infection. Okay, in the body so many systems is there, no? One is the digestive system, respiratory system, okay, nervous system, endocrine system. So many systems is there in our body. Okay, in the body any system will be affected by the viruses or bacteria or parasitic infection. Okay, the disease, the infection will be easily spread to the one system to another system. Okay, through the portal circulation, nothing but blood circulation. Okay, the blood circulate all over the body, no? Once the body part or once the system in the system one organ will affected by this disease condition, the infection will be easily spread to the another part of the body. Okay, this is regarding amoebiasis introduction. Okay, next we are going to discuss about etiological factors. What are the etiological factors is there for the amoebiasis disease condition? Okay, in this the major etiological factors, entamoeba histolytica. Due to the entamoeba histolytica, the amoebiasis disease will comes to the children. Okay, in this some of the due to the some parasitic infection will cause the amoebiasis, no? Okay, what are the parasites? For example, means Dientamoeba fragilis. It is one of the parasite. Next, another one is okay. What is the Dientamoeba fragilosis? It is one of the parasite. It will cause what the disease condition means dientamoebiasis. Okay, dientamoebiasis. The disease will cause. Next, another parasite like Entamoeba dispar. Okay, next another one is there, that is the Entamoeba hartmanni. Another one is there, that is the Entamoeba coli. Next one is the Entamoeba moscovici. Okay, these are the parasites is there for cause of amoebiasis disease condition in the children. Okay, next we are going to discuss about mode of transmission. How the disease or how the infection will spread to the one person to another person, or which is the way for transmission of infection. Okay, in this the infection will be spreading through the waterborne infection. Okay, through the contaminated water the infection will be easily spread to the one person to another person by contamination or contaminated drinking water or unpurified drinking water who are drinking, okay, those children may be affected by this disease condition of amoebiasis. Next, another way is there, that is the fecal oral route. Okay, fecal oral route, this is the major route for a transmission of this type of intestinal parasitic infection, especially whose children are taking contaminated food. Okay, unhygienic practices they are following, and they are eating some food, they are not cleaning any type of food. Due to that one, the child may be prone to get amoebiasis disease condition. Okay, sometimes due to the contaminated drinking water, okay, the water not purified, the water not having any filtration, the children are taking contaminated water. Due to that reason, the child may be affected by this disease condition of amoebiasis. Okay, this is a mode of transmission. Next, sometimes the infection will be spread through some of the vectors. Okay, so many vectors is there now in the environment. Okay, especially the vectors like flies. Okay, due to the flies, how means the flies will be having some contamination, or the flies will be touched that who are suffering with or infected stools of the human being. Okay, the flies will be come or enter into the human body through the contaminated food articles. Okay, next another like vectors like cockroaches. Okay, due to the cockroaches, the infection will be easily spreading to the one person to another person. Okay, next one is some of the rodents. Okay, these are the vectors for transmission of infection from the one person to another person, or one healthy person to unhealthy person. Okay, next one is the incubation period. Okay, in this amoebiasis incubation period is about 2 to 4 weeks. Once the patient or once the disease will attack to the children's means, the disease will have the 2 to 4 weeks or sometimes longer period. Next, another one is the pathophysiology. Okay, what is the pathophysiology for the amoebiasis disease condition? Okay, in this the pathophysiology like first the child will be taking or eating contaminated food. Okay, once the child will be ingestion of contaminated cyst for full water and food reaches into the intestine. Okay, here what happens means the child will be taking some contaminated food. Okay, the food will be contaminated by the some of the cyst. Okay, the cyst will be reaches up to the intestine through the food and water. Okay, next it leads to the cyst releases some of the trophozoites. Okay, one cyst release 4 types of trophozoites. No, okay, the trophozoite will cause the colonization of mucosa of large intestine. Once the cyst will be enters into the intestine of the human being. Okay, in the intestine the cyst will be releases 4 trophozoites. The trophozoite colonization of large intestine. Okay, colonization nothing but appropriate part. Okay, the large intestine will be cooperate to this type of trophozoites. Okay, next one is it leads to the trophozoites will produce the destruction of tissues. Due to these trophozoites, what happens means complete tissue will be destructed. Okay, and formation of some ulcers in the large intestine. Okay, next it leads to the develop local inflammatory reaction. In that particular part, the infection will be appearance, and the infection especially site of cecum and transverse colon and sigmoid colon. Sigmoid colon and transverse colon and cecum, these parts will be affected by due to some infection by the trophozoites. It leads to extraintestinal symptoms. Sometimes within the intestine and outside the intestine also some symptoms will be appearance. Okay, in this the infection through the portal circulation means the infection will be easily spread or enters into the portal circulation, means in the blood circulation the body parts, okay, all body parts other than the intestine. Actually the amoebiasis disease condition will cause only particular part of intestine, no. Once the intestine will affected by the infection of this type of parasite, okay, Entamoeba histolytica, the infection will be excessive and they increase their numbers. The infection will be easily spread to the other parts or surrounded parts of the intestine. Okay, sometimes the infection will be spreading to the lungs or liver, or sometimes the digestive system will be affected by this type of infection. Okay, this is regarding pathophysiology of the amoebiasis.